Hello guys, in this video we are talking about magnetization and demagnetization in ferromagnetic materials. So before starting to ferromagnetic materials, we'll just overview about different types of magnetism. There are three types of magnetism: diamagnetism, paramagnetism and ferromagnetism. So start with diamagnetism. When an external magnetic field is applied to a material, it slightly unbalances orbital electron and creates small magnetic dipole within the atom that opposes the applied field, and this negative magnetic effect is known as diamagnetism. So diamagnetism occurs in all materials, but in many its negative magnetic effect cancelled by positive magnetic effect. So diamagnetic behavior has no any engineering significance. And the paramagnetic effect is a temporary magnetic effect only in presence of applied magnetic field and disappears by removal of magnetic field. That is, the diamagnetism and paramagnetism are induced by an applied magnetic field, and magnetization remains only as the field is maintained. So their third type is ferromagnetism. So let's see what is this ferromagnetism. Ferromagnetism, where the large magnetic fields that can be retained or eliminated as desired in ferromagnetic materials. That is, the certain material possess permanent magnetism even in absence of external field, and this permanent movements arises due to uncancelled electron field by virtue of their electron structure. For example, in iron 26, there is incomplete inner d orbital has unpaired electron whose interaction with adjacent atom cause alignment of moment in one another. This parallel alignment of magnetic dipoles occur only in microscopic, it is called magnetic domains. So initially the domains are randomly oriented, then there will be no net magnetization in bulk sample. When the external field is applied, it forces the domain to align in parallel and it possesses permanent magnetism. There is a metal piece applied with external magnetic field. Here, the domain tends to move in the direction with respect to applied field, and with removal of the field, domain tends to relax and rotate to form closed circuits. With this closed circuit, the metal piece has no net magnetization. So now see how this magnetization and demagnetization occur in ferromagnetic materials. This ferromagnetic behavior can well explained by the curve called magnetic hysteresis. When applying very strong magnetic field, materials saturate its magnetization by creating single domain and again removing external field. It does not necessarily return domain structure to its original state, hence result in the magnetic hysteresis. Let's see how it occurs. Initially, the metal piece is in demagnetized state. All the domains are randomly oriented as shown in sample P. As we apply the magnetizing force H to the metal piece, the magnetic domains start to align in parallel with the applied magnetic field and start growing by movement of domain wall. This domain growth by wall movement takes place first, since this process requires less energy than domain rotation. Now, if we further increase the applied field, the domain rotation occurs, that is, it requires very high magnetizing force, is the slope of BH curve decreases at high fields. Now there are no more domains to rotate, that is, material is fully magnetized. This point is called saturation point. So this sample PQR suggests how this randomly oriented domain converted into single domain. This is all about the magnetization of ferromagnetic materials. Now we will see what happens while the removal of the external magnetic field. So, if we starting to decrease the applied field from saturation point, it does not retraces its original magnetization core. There remains some magnetization in the sample, even at zero magnetizing force. So this is called remnant induction or retentivity. See on the curve at point B. Hence, to demagnetize this material purely, it requires magnetizing force in opposite direction. This is called coercive force or coercivity, shown at point C. And again, if we still increases negative applied field, the material reaches saturation induction in reverse direction at point F. At this point, the domains are parallel to the applied negative field. Same, this removal of field curve follows path F to E, and then positive coercive force traces from E to D. In this way, the curve is result and it is called magnetic hysteresis. Here the case coercivity or coercive force has its significance in determining the ferromagnetic material to be hard or soft magnetic material. For soft magnetic materials, this coercive forces is small and large coercive forces indicate hard magnetic material. And this hard and soft magnetic material has their own engineering purposes. So this all we have studied about magnetization and demagnetization in ferromagnetic materials.